So yesterday I took this trolling motor down to the lake, and it was not making connection in all the places where it should. This thing has a little handle here that operates the forward and backward and speed and all that. And sometimes it wouldn't do anything. Sometimes it'd work in reverse and not forward. Sometimes it'd work on high speed and not low speed. Now figure what's happening. This wire connects to a battery, runs up into the motor. Pretty sure there's some controls here connected to this. And then that sends the power down to the motor, which tells the motor to go faster or slower, reverse, and such as that. I'm thinking there's some little screws right in here. And if I took them out, I could lift off this top cover. And if I could do that, I could see what's going on in here. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning, is taking this apart so that I can see what's inside of the top of the motor and hopefully fix it. That's my plan. It looks very clean inside, but I'm guessing something somewhere isn't connecting very well. So what I'm going to do is check all the connections and possibly lubricate them. So everything that's happening is happening right in here. Let me get my light. I do see a little corrosion. See where that blue wire connects right there? Looks like some corrosion on the connection there. What I'm going to do is pull one of these wires off one at a time and scratch them up a little bit, put them back on, and we'll see what that does for us. Sometimes I use a little Vaseline when I have connections like that. A little Vaseline in there. They make this lubrication stuff that you can buy in the parts store when you put on electrical wiring, automotive electrical wiring. And somewhere in the parts store said that ain't nothing but Vaseline anyway. So I usually keep a jar of Vaseline around somewhere for that purpose, and I'll go get it. Even though I've lubricated all the outside connections, there's this little round box here, and the shaft goes in here and it turns this. It's kind of like an ignition switch. And it seems like they're not making connections on the inside. Now there's 3 screw holes, 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking maybe if I took those screws loose, I can pull this out and get to, usually there's a slider in there that touches different things when it turns, and I'm guessing that's what needs to be addressed. So I don't like pulling that apart, but I will, and we'll see what we learn from doing that. So here's what we have on the inside of that. Each one of these things is just sitting here by gravity, including these things. But that's how they're supposed to sit. I do believe, I'm guessing they make contact through, well, they have that spring there. So I'm guessing what they do is they carry contact from, if you look at the center of this thing, you see those little kind of wear marks? Well, I'm guessing fire, the hot wire comes through the center part, and these things transfer it to these outer parts. That's why you have all that going on there. So what needs to happen is take a little sandpaper, rough up that whole surface a little bit, and then maybe put a little Vaseline on it. Go get me a little piece of clean looking sandpaper. When I say clean, I don't really want to get a bunch of grit down in there, so I want some sandpaper that's able to sand out without messing it up. I'll be right back. If I had to and if I needed to, I could take and rewire this whole thing, make a different kind of switch, but I'd rather have it work the way it's supposed to work, because it really works good when it works good, if that makes any sense. If I rigged it up with a bunch of weird little toggle switches and things, I could make sure it worked, but you know, it'd be hard to have speed control and all that stuff that you want to have on a trolling motor. Be kept intact. So we'll just try sanding and oiling up all the points. I kind of feel like I probably already got enough oil in there. I think I need to put more in there. I suspect not. And of course the trick is going to be getting all this back into place correctly. Seems to be working. Let's try setting it all back in place now. So I'm guessing if there's a weak point to this setup, it's going to be right here. And this might be something that at some point in the future I wind up coming back and changing this switch. But hopefully I don't have to do that right now. I think I'm going to call it good, and I'd say she's ready to go to the water when I'm ready. Now we're going to Anderson today with some friends, do a little shopping, have lunch, such as that. So don't know if I'm going to have time to go over the water with it this morning, but we'll see. We'll figure it out as we go along. That was fun. Thanks for watching. I'll put my tools away. We'll talk to you next time.